Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to day 22 of 30 Days of Death Shadow. If you're new to the channel, welcome. 30 Days of Death Shadow is a challenge I've made for myself where I am recording myself playing a League of Shadow every day for 30 days straight. And today on our rotation is Jund Shadow. I'm pretty excited for this one. We're going a little bit spicy here. We're borderline on like day 5 meme shadow lists, so I'm pretty excited about it. These are just kind of like my special. Just a bunch of cards that I love, honestly. I just kind of found a way to squeeze into this Jund Shadow list. So, is it good? I don't know. It's definitely not probably the best Jund Shadow list you could build, but it is a good time. So hopefully we can make something happen here. It's more or less the traditional Traverse Bauble Street Wraith version of Jund Shadow, except as you can see, we've got some spicy 2 of Ren and 6. We're also playing a Tarfire, and then we got some pretty sweet cards in the 3-drop slot of Bloodbraid Elf and Gore Clan Rampager. So Gore Clan's actually a card we haven't played yet, but has been played in the past a lot in Shadow builds. Pretty cool card. It's a creature, so you can traverse for it, but what really is wanted here is its ability, its Blood Rush ability, which is kind of like a pseudo Teamer Battle Rage. So you can traverse for it. There's spots you can traverse for it and then Blood Rush one of your attacking creatures to give them +4/+4 and trample, and just kind of cross the finish line to get the kill. So it's pretty cool. We also play in the Bloodbraid Elves, which is not very common in Shadowless, but I've played Bloodbraid Elf now in 2 Jund Shadow leagues, and I've really actually enjoyed casting Bloodbraid Elf. I think we're still pretty much in a somewhat open meta game still in Modern, and I think we can get away with just like a little bit of longer game value creature and 2 Bloodbraid Elves. Some funny things that might come up in this deck will be specifically having to do with our Tarmogoyfs, because as you can see, we've got every single card type covered in our main deck except for enchantment. So we might have some weird lines where we like Ren ping itself and then Tarfire to kill the Ren and 6 to grow the Tarmogoyf into lethal range. So yeah, we might get some really spicy lines like that. Should be a good time. So you can see this list to accommodate all of our extra threats in Gore Clan and Bloodbraid Elf and the Tarfire. We're only on 2 Fatal Push in the main deck, as well as no like Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, Kolaghan's Command kind of catch all things in the main. So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, this means that if we're on the back foot, we're going to have a harder time catching back up because we have less hard answers to opponents' threats in the form of like Fatal Push or like Abrupt Decay. But I do think that this deck was going to play very well on the front foot because we have a ton of damage and haste creatures and extra trample damage and things like that to help get us across. So should be a good time. Hopefully we get some really aggressive starts and be able to get our opponent pretty good. In the sideboard, we're going to play an extra Fatal Push because it is super important in the mirror and against other Lurrus builds. Veil of Summer, just one of the best sideboard cards in Modern, honestly, for when it's good, you know, against blue or black mid-range or control decks. We have 3 Nile Spellbomb to help fight the graveyard. 2 Assassin's Trophy is kind of our catch-all removal. I really liked Assassin's Trophy in sideboards just because it is really nice to have one card that can be brought in against so many different matchups. We have 2 Damping Sphere because we are going to need a lot of help against things like Storm and Amulet and Tron. 2 Collective Brutality because I don't think this deck ever beats Burn, and so we have like a little bit of help in the sideboard for it. But yeah, we have that, and then of course we have one of our best Traverse targets in Plague Engineer, really good against any of the tribal decks, and then Dub K Command as a really nice flexible answer catch-all removal. So with all that being said, let's jump in. Let me see if I can fix something real quick before we continue. Like I'm having a little bit of internet troubles here. One sec. Let's try to get everything back up and running here. Alrighty. Let me just check something real quick, test my internet here. And then with that all being said, let's jump into a league. I'm super pumped. This should be a fun time and exciting. I love playing Jund Death Shadow. It's a really fun archetype. Now, like the quote-unquote good Jund Death Shadow thing, is, you know, with haste threats and with Luris as your companion, stuff like that. I do think that is the superior Jund Shadow build. But, you know, doesn't mean we can't mess around a little bit, experiment, try things outside the box, stuff like that. All right, as we're waiting for our first match to fire, if you are watching this, thank you so much for being here. I had a crazy number of comments the past couple days. It's been crazy. It's been really cool to see so many people engaging, interacting. Funny thing is that my last video, my kind of disastrous Grixis video, ended up getting a whole lot of views, even though I specifically said in the thumbnail you should probably just check out of this one. But it's all good. Total joke, of course. No, I very do much appreciate everyone's support and help. It's really, really cool. All right, so we start out on a really interesting hand here. Unfortunately, not a keep. Pretty close, though, obviously. If any one of these were lands, then we would just be humming on all cylinders. We have Disruption and turn 2 threat, Ren and 6 if we need to get grindy, or if we need to grab more lands to enable a Death Shadow, something like that. But unfortunately, this is a mulligan. Really close one. Definitely hurts to go from a hand that had the potential to be very, very proactive and great to a really bad hand like this one. So we got a mulligan in this as well. Okay, definitely unfortunate to have received all that. So I think we're going to bottom this Inquisition because we want to have the best shot at turning on this Traverse. We do need to top deck a Traverse Enabler here. But that being said, if we do, I think this hand has some potential, but definitely unfortunate to go to 5 on the play in the dark here. Oh boy, we are definitely, yeah, we're going to definitely be under the gun to draw something good here. Panic Spellbomb, whoa. Okay, cool. I can dig it, I can dig it, I can dig it. Alright, so let's think about what's the best thing to take here. Our opponent has a lot of redundant cards in hand. Just in terms of just being like threats to the board. I'm like tempted to take Burning Tree because if they hit the land, it's the highest upside card in the hand, and then maybe we can turn this point the Lightning Bolt at the Signal Pest. So I believe that's what we're gonna go ahead and do here. Definitely an interesting hand though, for sure. From our opponent, like definitely a good one. As in, don't think it has like a glaring weakness in it. Okay, and they're going to empty out a lot of their hand here. Alright, that was their draw for turn. So we're definitely just going to point a bolt at the Signal Pest. See if we draw a Street Wraith. Oh, okay. So now yeah, that does it. That's sweet. Look at Tarfire already coming up in the clutch. Very nice. Very nice. So now we have Traverse, and I think I'm just grabbing a Death Shadow because it's our highest upside threat here. Okay. Definitely there was some consideration to grabbing other cards there off that Traverse, but I like Death Shadow the most. If our opponent is intending on attacking us, then we just get to play a huge Death Shadow. Okay, cool. So hitting land here would be really good. Okay, sweet. Alright, I think we are rocking and rolling now. Now we need like Temur Battle Rage. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. That's a good one. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to play out double Death Shadow here. Wow, that was an incredible draw. Alright, another Signal Pest, sure. Don't really think our opponent has attacks here. We're just going to untap because we don't know if we need to fetch shock or what here. Okay, Thoughtseize is interesting. So, alright, we're at a bit of a precarious spot here because of that Signal Pest and the Legion Loyalist. Also Panic Spellbomb, making it so we can't block on a creature. My impulse is just a Thoughtseize and then attack, and then obviously if they don't block, they just die. So that acts as like a pseudo removal spell, so I think that's fine. I guess I could also just go to attacks right away, because they are, again, dead. If they don't block, I could just fetch shock bolt myself. Alright, I'm going to give my opponent the option to mess up here. Okay, cool. So, that's fine. Don't think I want to go any lower with the life total here. And I don't think I want to Thoughtseize either. because I don't want to be at 6. Okay, another goblin guide here. So this will be 3, 6, 8. This will be exactly 8 if I let them go to attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt this signal pest here.
You could have let them go to attacks and then just bolt one of the goblin guys.
That's true. That's true, yeah. That would have been a better way to let them mess up, right? Alright, fatal push on top. That means we win the game. So definitely a never punish streamed, right? Oh, yeah. Alright, cool. Fun concedes. Alright, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Spicy deck from our opponent. Obviously, them not hitting the land was really good for us. Let's see. What do we like here? Obviously, we want a fatal push. Collective Brutality is a little bit on the maybe. Plague Engineer on the draw, I think, is just way too slow. But yeah, we want to try to stay on the front foot of this one as much as we can. It is, yeah, Kolaghan's command is really good, but I'm wondering if on the draw, like, if we, well, yeah, I guess it's still good though, right? It's still worth it. What are we cutting here? Yeah, it's probably just better than Brutality, maybe. And we can cut some Street Race, because we're life totals under a lot of duress here. Ooh, Ren 6 does snipe some creatures, which is, I think, worth it. And if they ever go to kill it, then it just makes our Tarmogoyf gigantic. We can trim on a Ren. Actually, I'm going to trim on these Bloodbraid Elves. On the draw, I just don't think we're going to want to tap out. And usually by the time we're casting a Bloodbraid Elf, we're like taking a lot of damage off our lands. So I don't think I'm in love with that. We're going to give this one a shot. Alright, just like no fear in the dojo. Just kidding. Got Morgan this one. I think if we had a instant in this hand, I think I'd be tempted, but we're like off by 2 with this one, so I think we just got a mulligan again. Alright, definitely unfortunate hands, both games, but we did find a way to get there last game, so hold on. I actually think I want to bottom a Thoughtseize, actually, because if we draw a threat, we're going to want to Battle Rage it. Definitely, like, not, like, I think immediately intuitive here, but I think it's what we want to do. Okay. So, let's try to be as conservative with our life total as we can. But yeah, they might get us on this one because we're on the draw here. Alright, I think it's just a snap, take Burning Tree Emissary here. Because otherwise they get to Bushwhacker us, that's a ton of damage. Alright, we need to draw Death Shadow ASAP. Yep. We fade a 1-drop. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Buys us some time for sure. Alright, we want either a Death Shadow or a removal spell for the Signal Pest. Okay, that's definitely not it. Kuldotha Rebirth. So they've hit a land. Yeah, I think we just got to take this Bushwhacker here. Alright, and again, we just got to pray for some good top decks here. Not more swamps. Alright, just going to pass. Fair enough. Alright, we'll take it, man. We'll take the Goofy. So we're definitely going to play a fetch land. Excuse me, because there are no lands in yards yet. This will help grow our Tarmogoyf. And now I'm feeling a lot better because we have a threat. So that changes everything. Okay. Can't be blocked by creature tokens. Okay, sweet. So I think we have them brick-walled by this Tarmogoyf. Maybe I don't have them brick-walled by this Tarmogoyf. Maybe they have a bolt or something? They have some way to kill this? Or are they just going to say, we're just going to try to push as much damage as we can? They just want to race.
You know that was a draw for turn. They could potentially use like goblin grenades.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, another land. Definitely not ideal here. Unfortunately, I think we're just passing again. Yeah, I think their intention there was just to try to push more damage. So they got one unknown here. Oh, they got Bushwhacker now? That makes sense. So they were just setting up last turn. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That checks out. Two, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Alright, we need something. That ain't it. Well, Mold of 5, draw, what was that, 4 lands in a row? I don't think is ever winning this game, so... Alright, we're just going to pass again. Definitely unfortunate. Panic Spellbomb will do it. Okay, right on. Alright, well, I'm feeling really confident on the play. Barring any really, really bad variants like that again, I think we're good. I do think I won't Plague Engineer on the play, though, because, as you can see, we could really put him on the back foot on the play. And I want to play more to the board, and so we can like take out a Thoughtseize here. In fact, I wonder, actually, if Thoughtseize, we just want Brutality on the play because of how they empty their hand out and how painful and bad of a draw this can be. So, all right, let's give this a shot. Yeah, this hand's gas. Let's go. When it molds the 6. It's just we got all the tools we want in this one. If we get to put them on the back foot with our threats, I think that's like really ideal. I do have to be a little bit cognizant of my damage I'm dealing to myself. So, Leyline of Combustion. Permanent you control becomes a target of a spell. Okay, so, funny enough, I think we can use that to our advantage. We might be able to turn 2 Shadow and kill them with the Temur Battle Rage really fast with this out. I liked Leyline of Combustion against traditional Jund, and I'm a little ambivalent here about it against Jund Shadow. Alright, so yeah, let's grab this. Technically, it was probably better to grab Blood Crypt, but that's okay. So now we can Inquisition into Death Shadow, and then Death Shadow will be a 3/3, so hopefully we can just Fade Lightning Bolt from them. Their hand's really bad. Okay, that's good for us. So yeah, we got a Fade on... Okay, Emissary, sure. Like Emissary Bushwhacker, I'm fine with that. Oh, there's Emissary. Oh, right. Right. That's a funny one. So if I kill this, this becomes a 5/5. I think that's fine. And then we have outs to kill them next turn. So then now fetch land gets them. If we bobble and bobble them, that would do it, right? Okay. Okay, interesting. And then if... Right, that's why I think we might need to play the Goyf. Let's pause for a second because let's just make sure we're not dead on the crackback. So if this is 2, that would be 2, 4, 6. So we'd be going down to 2. Okay. But I do like the attack here because then that's going to make a Battle Rage Shadow lethal next turn. So they have to hit exactly Burning Tree Emissary. Burning Tree Emissary kills us here, actually. So I was wondering if maybe I'm not supposed to attack because I can just have so many outs to lethal the next turn. It doesn't? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, with Bushwhacker. Oh no, because you can't cook the... Yeah, you can't... Oh yeah, it was literally what Corey just told me, so I completely forgot. Alright, so if they're going to attack like this... Alright, yeah. It don't matter. I mean, I can block, I can not block, it just doesn't matter. Because I'm still going to take 7, 9, and that's 18 trampling, and then I got 1 blocker, so it's fine. I don't know what I'm playing around here. It's just like fine to block. I could even push this. I could bolt them. We got the world's our oyster here. But I'm gonna stop slowing with my opponent. I'm just gonna show him that I have it. Cool. All right, good times. Rock and roll. Quick game. You love to see it. In and out.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
That's right. That's right.
Hopefully, our opponent's next match against that shadow, they don't bring the ley line.
That ley line was actively really good for us because not only was it a resource out of their hand, but then also it was a very, very good shadow enabler. I actually wonder if not for that, we would have just been trying to ride a goof to victory, and it just would not have been as good. It would not have been as effective in bringing down their life total.
I think you would have been on the back foot.
Right.
Like putting threats out after they already have a presence.
Right.
It's kind of the worst way.
Right. Exactly. Alrighty, MTGO, leaving us in suspense. Here we go. Sir Herpaderp. Great name from our opponent here. This hand looks pretty sweet to me. If this bolt has a target next turn, we get turn 2 traverse. Lots of ways of turning on a shadow with this hand. And in the dark, I'm actually going to bobble myself because I want to... If I can fire off a turn 1 hand disruption spell, it turns on traverse and it does something proactive. Alright. Ask and you shall receive, you know. Yeah, we can just grab Overgrown Tomb. We already got Blood Crypt in hand. Alright, Plono, what's up? Oh no! Alright, well, we had a good time. I'm just kidding. This matchup's almost unwinnable. But, that being said, that's what I'm thinking. Like, well, my win rate against Burn with Jun Shadow is like gotta be sub 10%. So I'm thinking about a weird line where like, is there any way for me to just like cheese it? Like we have to draw exactly like traverse. It's like Battle Rage next turn.
So does taking the Goblin Guide make their
That's what I'm thinking.
clock a little weird? Like they have to
Right.
play land, fold you at your end step.
But then,
They
yeah.
have to choose between casting Eidolon or going Bolt Skewer.
Right. But the problems with the bolts is they can target my shadow. And I'm going to go to 13 here, and then I can fetch shock to 10. And that's an issue. So I think I have to take a bolt, actually. So then...
If there's any way.
No, I don't think so. And I usually don't beat Burn in general, so I'm okay with this, but...
So I'm not really suggesting it, but maybe...
Yeah.
Just to consider...
Yeah, what's the consideration?
Going to game 2 before your opponent knows you're a shadow deck, maybe
Oh.
John with a bad hand.
No, we already street wraithed and bobbled.
Okay,
Yeah.
They did,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah, they know what's up. So I think I'm gonna take Bolt, and if they, well, yeah, okay, I'm gonna take Bolt. It's. I don't think there's any card we take here that matters, but there's a chance here that Goof's kind of interesting. Well, yeah, but maybe.
Take a turn off to reverse right threat. So they.
Oh, Death Shadow's on top. Okay, so now we can Death Shadow just play Foothills. Because then if they Eidolon and we top deck a Teamer Battle Rage, then I think we got them. Because we can shock bolt ourselves. Yeah, we have plenty of ways to lower our life from there. I think highest upside here is Shadow, Fetch Land, Pass.
And if they tap down for the Eidolon, fetch shock
Maybe, yeah. Potentially. I think we have to draw a Temur Battle Rage here.
I don't think this is
I wouldn't.
Oh, we took a bolt. Okay, and they don't have something.
Right. Well, they will if I fetch, but yeah. Okay, so now we got to think about damage output here. If I fetch shock here, I go down to 8. And then I can 6, 4. So
You take 3 to fetch shock, bolt 5 if you're bolting the Eidolon, whereas fetching a tap shock here and then bolting on your turn saves you life.
well, the idea I think for me is that like I feel that I have to top deck Battle Rage to win, right? Like, am I realistically winning without it? I don't think so.
Possible, but it's possible that if they live, maybe if you get like
Okay. Yeah.
like their damage, like the damage they deal to themselves, might, because like so the Eidolon is kind of like a double-edged sword. Like maybe if you're able to output enough damage on them, they can't really afford to just sling a whole lot of spells.
Why are they attacking us?
So
Luris.
and there's a Luris on top. Wow.
Do I want Luris?
So, at this point,
I don't think
damage
you do. I think you're still looking for a battle rage.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
the damage that they're dealing with the Eidolon, it's like the amount of spells it would take to kill you is less than the amount that it would take to kill them. Like the Eidolon triggers.
Well, but attacking them for, for 7 here and then playing a
So I think we can, if we bolt then shock, then we're going to 8, 6. Ah, shit. Okay. Can't do that. Bobble's awkward. So I can cast Tarmogoyf and go to 8, tap Blood Crypt, attack with Shadow. Land. So I think actually, I think actually like that. Tap Blood Crypt, Tarmogoyf attack. They're not blocking. And then we put them to 14. And then if something weird happens, we can potentially, like, let's say they tap out for something else, we could traverse for a Gore Clan Rampager, and then it would be lethal with the Shadow next turn. I believe.
Yes. Yeah, so I think this line gives you the best odds of somehow pulling this out.
Right.
Like I said, that's the, in my experience, beating burn decks, like game 1, generally just comes down to getting a good swing in early before you're just kind of dead with burn spells in hand.
Right.
And just putting them in a situation where they can't triple spell and kill you.
Ooh, looks like they may have it.
And
Yeah, they got it. Okay. I mean, like I said, like this is, in my opinion, one of the most 2080 or whatever matchups that I face regularly, because obviously I play a lot of. Okay, yeah, they just had it. So yeah. Okay. Definitely unfortunate to run into burn, but I think we made good decisions to put ourselves in the best spot to win, for sure. Yeah, I mean, look how bad our sideboard is, and like how many cards we don't want. I think, yeah, like Ren and 6 actually I think is worse. It just does stone nothing. At least Thoughtseize and Street Wraith maybe have a path to like proactively battle raging our opponent here.
yeah, I think your best shot
I think Trophy
landing
looks
a turn
somewhat
shadow,
better.
battle raging.
Right, exactly. Exactly. I think this is going to be fine. Let's give this one a shot. Yeah. Trophy obviously is not a good card against burn, but I think it's better than a Street Wraith. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Alright, we're keeping this one 100%, because we have Inquisition and a Goof with a Bauble redraw and potentially Bloodbraid Elves. Like, this is just kind of like a Jund hand, and these kind of Jund hands can get there.
Hopefully your opponent has a fetch land.
Oh, good point. Yeah, we're not putting fetch in the yard. So yeah, why don't we just do what we're supposed to do here? Which is, okay, they got Eidolon coming off the top. That one might be difficult for sure. Okay, so path, they do. They can play around that though. I think we're taking the path. As much as that feels bad to take against burn. Well, hold on. So
But they've only got 2 burn spells and a guide, and you know they have an Eidolon coming off the top, which I think that is relatively slow against your hand that's not really doing a lot of damage to yourself.
okay, bolt's interesting for sure. All right, Goblin Guide, show us Blood Crypt. Oh, no, actually just show us a fetch land. That's fine. Collective Brutality. Well, is that good against burn? Is that good against burn, y'all? But we're definitely slamming Goof, so that if they choose to play the Eidolon, then we can just triple escalate the Brutality, and then just be in a really good spot. In fact,
Be wary. I would not block the Goblin Guide.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if
agreed.
they want to kill it, they're gonna have to bolt skewer it.
Right. That's true. Interesting. Actually, that's an interesting decision. We would rather make them bolt skewer. Alright, they're just going to play the Eidolon out. I think that was really wrong. I think they should attack with the Goblin Guide first, right?
Yes, to see what you're going to lean towards.
Right. Alright, so now we just get to kind of go ham here. And then we're going to pitch probably both Bloodbraid Elves, actually. I think we're just gonna put all our chips in on this Tarmogoyf, I believe.
Tarmogoyf is about
Yeah, he about to be a thickums for sure. So I think we just take Boros Charm, I believe. And then we get to attack. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have taken Boros Charm. That was a big mistake, actually. Because now I'm letting them kill my Goof. So I actually don't attack, because I don't want them, the Goblin Guy, to attack me, and then they just go Bolt Skewer. Unless I'm really confident I can draw another threat here.
Well, if you block the Goblin Guy, they can't bolt and skewer the Goyf. They can only cast one or the other, and either of those kills the Goyf and do damage on it.
Right, so I actually don't think we're attacking yet. Yeah, that was, I just took the Boros Charm, but that was wrong. I should have just stopped to actually think about that. But at the very least here, if they draw another Bolt, then they got us for sure with this Goof, but I guess that takes a lot of cards out of hand. But if we untap and then push this, then yeah, it's just full race mode.
We also have to think that lands are not in the graveyard yet, so them cracking this fetch will actually make it a 6/7.
Oh wow, good point, yeah. I didn't even realize we don't have lands in yards yet. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so the nice thing here is it looks like we're kind of psyching our opponent out a little bit. And these double bolt's actually really sweet because once we hit this red source, then that's going to shorten our clock by a whole turn, just by like being able to bolt face. Alright, Sir Herpaderp, what you got? Alright, grow the Goof. Be huge. They need to top deck a removal spell for this Goyf now. Because if they don't, we're at 16 life, and we're just going to be able to kill them in 2 turns. Alright, they just hit another land. That's pretty good for us. I think they should have cracked Canyon first, maybe? Alright, I don't think it matters too much. But... okay. The rare shocking in a land against burn. Yes, indeed. And they don't crack Canyon. That's weird. I think they need to dig for a way to answer this.
The fact that they didn't crack a land and try to burn you on your Izzet, that I don't think there's any sequence of spells that cast that kills you this turn now, so you just have this one
Great.
lined up.
Now you've done it. Now they'll draw it. I think
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Checked out.
They may
Well,
have,
knowing,
yeah.
like I said, knowing the contents of their hand.
All right, they've conceded. Cool. All right. Hey, we got there on the play. That's always exciting. Love getting that game two. Usually happens, but on the draw here, they just need to have a normal burn hand, and I don't think we beat normal burn hands. Most likely, again, we need something pretty special like something with a Death Shadow and Battle Rage, and we can maneuver ourselves in a position where both the Shadow is big enough to withstand any bolts to kill it, but then also big enough to just Battle Rage them on the crackback. Alright, so this hand is pretty close, I think, actually. It is going to be a mulligan, but there are some elements to this hand that was pretty close. Like, if there was a way to turn on this Traverse, I think I'm interested in this hand, because then we could just freely, like, go, yeah, Balls to the Wall, Thoughtseize, Fetch Shock, Bolt, Traverse, Shadow, go, and then we can get them. But I don't think this hand allows for that anything like that on the draw.
They have an idle on. It's fucking
Yeah. Traverse line goes off the board here.
Right.
oh yeah. Freaking
So,
Now on the draw with the redraw handed Traverse,
this is close, but again, I think we're just going to get... I don't think this hand does it.
Fetch Shock, Thoughtseize, 13 assuming they play a Goblin Guy. I
Right.
haven't seen any sweeps.
I'm sure it's in their deck, they just haven't drawn them.
I think on the draw maybe we just need Death Shadow.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. Or at least the guaranteed second land, or Disruption that's not Thoughtseize. Okay. This hand has all the tools.
I like on the draw maybe.
Just the Thoughtseize, we can just go push into Goof into Shadow. I think we're gonna give that a shot. Yeah. Close decisions for sure. Alright, maybe we get there, we'll see. They kept their 7, which was scary for sure. We need something special from them in terms of... Okay, Swifty is actually alright. What do we hit? Inquisition. Wow, that was actually a potentially great draw.
Maybe take the Inquisition here.
Yeah, I think so. Try to get the Eidolon. There we go. Eidolon, okay, Eidolon and Path is unfortunate for sure, but
notably enough, they cannot cast a
okay, yeah, we're gonna play for that. We're gonna play for that out for sure. And I think we're just grabbing basic forest off this foothills.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then hopefully we can ride this goof to victory. That would be pretty nuts. Okay. Interesting stuff. A tingle of excitement as oh, okay. Okay. Let's see what we draw, because it might now be Death Shadow instead of the goof.
Absolutely, yeah. Death Shadow. Because if they do draw the white source and Path in the Shadow, you do at least get to untap with away from mana plus.
That's pretty good, actually, because now that can grab basic swamp. Alright, we got a fade here for sure.
You're luckier than your opponent.
We'll see.
Well, I think we're going to see an island crack here.
Whoo! Oh, there we go.
This is fine though. We get to fetch the basic, kill the spear, and tap the void.
Right. But then, now that they hit White Source, now we're dead to a lot of stuff. So we need, like, collective brutality here.
This is an asking you shall receive screen.
Okay. We can't double goof, unfortunately. Because we'd be just dead to the Boros Charm. But alright, now we need our opponent to flood really hard.
Runner land.
Right. Oh my god, what? Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Rest in peace. I mean, it may not matter, but... Oh, wow. Well, we'll just show him. Yeah, you got rewarded, bud. Wow, rest in peace? What a Spice Master.
How dare you kill them with the trauma voice you gave to him? Like, in your worst matchup.
Funny enough, I mean, the one thing that we can take solace in here is that it doesn't, it wouldn't have mattered, like, because if this was just a burn spell, we would have just been dead, because they would have just been, you know, Bolt, Boros Charm, and then we would have died, so. Alright, well, you know, this ain't, this, like I said, this matchup's about as unfavored as it gets, in my opinion, so. Alright, looks like they got us, yep. Alright, got by the rest in peace, but... Interesting stuff. We made it really competitive, though, and you know we had some pretty bad draws. In fairness, so like there were draws that got us there, but definitely not with that.
The best you can hope for in the burn matchup is that you have 3 games of Magic and not 2 non-games.
Yeah, true. We did have 3 games of Magic for sure. Yeah, definitely true. What would have been really crazy. It wouldn't have mattered. I think we would have died anyway, but it would have been funny if we had top decked like the one of Assassin's Trophy we brought in, and we just trophy the rest in peace and get in with some goofs. But obviously, I don't think that was getting us there. I like the lines we took though because there were a lot of draws there from our opponent. If they didn't hit that white source, I think we would have been able to really put the screws on them for sure. Alright, this hand's pretty nice. It's about as good as it gets. Let's hope, let's not be against Burn again. Well, I guess if we're against Burn again, we can maneuver a little bit with Inquisition, Goof, and Bobble. What do you want, opponent? Watery Grave, tapped. Okay. So, Watery Grave tapped, and nothing else. I'm not going to do anything besides just play out the Bobble. I'm going to fetch Shock Inquisition. I don't want to do anything else yet. Because I don't know what I'm up against yet. There's not enough information for me. But obviously drawing that Death Shadow is a pretty great draw. Especially if we're against some kind of controlling deck. Okay, cool. Sweet. So, alright, notable things here. They don't have Drain on the Lock mana yet. They just got a wall of removal spells, but luckily that's actually the kind of matchups we're fine against because we just have such threat. We have so much threat redundancy. So, what do we not want them to do? Next turn we can fetch Shock Thoughtseize to get the mana leak and then play out a Shadow. And so in that case, I think we should just take Fatal Push. Yeah, I think I'm happy taking Fatal Push here because if we want to eat a removal spell, eating the Path here is fine. It helps ramp us a little bit. So we're going to bobble them on their upkeep. I don't know if they're like a Thoughtseize deck, but hey, look at that. Alright, so they got a good hand here for sure, but definitely we got rewarded, and they're not going to fire off the Thoughtseize because they want to hold up the leak. Interesting. Honestly, just another Thoughtseize here would actually be really good for us.
Oh yeah, to start just tearing apart their hands.
Right.
Really leaving them with not a lot of options.
Right. Alright, another Traverse is kind of sick. So why don't we Wraith first? Yeah. Another Shadow. Okay, so now we are just going to be hurling threats at their face until they give. Which is definitely my favorite way to go about this. So they're just going to leak this, sure. What's up, Dave? Alright. Yes, sir. Alright, so we're going to play out the Shadow here. They're Esper, so they don't have any damage-based removal spells like Bolt, so we don't have anything to worry about there. They get to untap. They're probably going to Thoughtseize Path us, but again, like our hand is just super threat dense. Is exactly where we want to be. Obviously, this Archmage's Charm's a little scary. Are they choosing not to Thoughtseize again, which is interesting. I guess Charm is one of the more scary things out of their hand, so it would be nice for us to top deck like a Thoughtseize or something. I guess Fatal Push is like a pseudo answer there. Let's go ahead and just shock in the tomb, see if we can get in some damage. If opponent will allow. Yeah. That's kind of the idea I was going for there. So now we know that their hand is these 3 cards. So I think something like that. Alright, they might be able to run us out of threats here because of Drown and Thoughtseize. But I guess we can like have this goof. Right, but they're probably gonna get that with the Thoughtseize next turn. I'm guessing if they're ever gonna cast it. Okay. All right, so they're gonna drown that. Makes sense. So if they hit blue source, then yeah. But if they hit blue source, they can't both Thoughtseize and do it at the same turn. All right, Teffer's definitely annoying. Definitely unfortunate here, but that's all right. If we hit land... Okay. I think I'm going to Traverse for a Lurrus. And then just Lurrus... Oh, they pathed it. That's funny. We're going to say Lurrus Shadow, but actually we can Lurrus Bauble. That's fine.
You can Lurrus Bauble and recast the Death Shadow and just
Oh yeah, cast Shadow from our hand. True.
just have a card advantage engine going that they have to answer as well as a Death Shadow.
Right.
I just don't think they have their hand right now. Effectively do with that.
Yeah, I'm most worried about the charm. But yeah, I agreed there. Agreed with you for sure.
Until their life total is, like I said, low, the charm is really not too much of an issue.
That's true.
Once they're lower than 13, then you have to start worrying about the charm.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, because if they charm the Shadow, then it's just 3 mana Doomblade for Shadow. So that's fine. Okay. I don't know what they were tanking on there. Maybe they drew a Force Negation? If they drew a Force Negation, they would have forced... If they were going to use it, they would have forced the Traverse, I'd imagine.
And like the Traverse Shadow decks just have so much soul compared to like the companion ones.
I enjoy this style of deck quite a lot. I really have a good time playing it for sure. All right, another charm. So if we fade 3rd blue source, we are like in just incredible shape here. And they're still not Thoughtseizing. That's so
Well,
weird.
they're going to do it in your cross.
Oh, good point. Good point. That's funny.
Which appears that's why they decided to hold it. Is maybe
Yeah, maybe. That's really funny, actually. Joke's on the opponent. I'm playing main deck Veil of Summer. Let's go. But yeah, I know, Dave. Like, so in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how the companion Jund Shadow lists are like just like objectively better, but this is just for fun for me. Like, these are all cards I love. You know, I just.
Like by video, do you mean like stream or you actually record the video?
Yeah, we're recording a video right now. So lots of options here. I think my best choice here is just to lead off the Thoughtseize, but do I want to cast something with the Lurrus? Maybe cast the Goyf?
I would cast the bubble from your hand first. Because if you Thoughtseize them, like I said, they can respond with the Thoughtseize of their own. And obviously the push is dead, so you just want to do the bubble. So that's a little bit less value for you.
Okay.
Cast that first.
Yeah, so lead on Bobble's fine. I like casting the Tarmogoyf from the yard, though, right?
So, like I said, I would go ahead and fire off these Thoughtseize now. Like I said, if you, every time you pass a priority, they can,
Thoughtseize in response. And we're assuming that if they had a removal spell, they would have used it on this Lurrus already. Yeah, I think we're assuming that pretty safely. If they had a removal spell, they would have fired off on this Lurrus.
Now here, yeah.
They did have Force of Negation. They did have it. Wow, okay. Alright, we're just happy to play this Tarmogoyf now. And then... What's that?
And now it's going to grow because of Terry dying.
Right. And I'm just going to attack Death Shadow at Teferi. Funny enough, we're at 3 life, actually, so I can't attack with Lurrus. And we just need to get rid of this Teferi, so... But I'm feeling really good about our spot here. Interesting. If they had that force, they did have that force. I feel like that was supposed to... Well, maybe not. They didn't want to lose the Archmage's Charm. But, like, I feel like that maybe was good to do against that Traverse. Because now they're just kind of getting buried in value, right? Another Force of Negation? That's so good for us. Wow.
Right now they're in a spot where Archmage's Charm is
Yeah, they don't have triple blue, yeah.
Well, even if they did, what if they take your Death Shadow and dies, and they're just taking 9 from your board?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So now...
I think the play here is cast the bauble and see if they force negation it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because if you can get this Written 6 down and get a fetch land back to grow your Shadow where it goes.
Opponent's definitely making some interesting choices here. I feel like this has to catch a force, right? Yeah, okay.
So now we're in
I think...
like you have a, so we're in a position now. You hit them down, you hit them for 9 down to 10. If they draw the source, the Archmage's Charm, and they steal your Shadow, you have a push and another Shadow. They're just dead on board if you tap out for that Archmage's Charm.
Yeah, for sure. Here, I have a crazy idea. Why don't we attack with everything? It'll kill our Shadow, yeah, but then we have lethal on board. And we still have baubles going. And then they don't have a target for that charm. I think I'm actually doing that.
I think just attacking with the Shadow is way better because, like I said, it leaves you with a better board presence, and it just
Okay.
makes their best play worse.
Okay,
Like,
fair enough.
Like you can just play out second Shadow, and you steal one of your Shadows, you push it, recast it. Like they're just so behind.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, there's no reason to get cute with that line like that when we just have... Alright, yeah, they're just dead here. Just clinging to that thought seize for dear life there from our opponent. I don't want my shadows to die. Alright, sweet. Alright, definitely got him pretty good there, which is dope. Against Esper, we definitely want some Veil Summers for sure. Let's see, what else did they show us? They showed us Teferi, Thoughtseize, Archmage's Charm, Drown in the Lock, Path to Exile. So there's like a lot of removal spells here. Obviously it's not good against Path, but it's good against Drown. So I think K-Command's worth it. I don't think I need trophies. They may show me something, like they're doing something more than just being kind of Esper Pile that we might want trophy for, but as of right now I don't think so. We have a lot of great ways to deal with walkers and all our bolts here, and I think we can safely take out Temur Battle Rages. It's a pretty big liability against all removal spells deck. Cool, and I'm kind of on board for the rest of this. Bloodbraid Elves are really going to shine here in a matchup like this, now that we have them in our deck. Yeah, Renin 6 as well. So that's pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty into this hand. It's a little weak on action, but we have the Bauble Street Wraith thing going. We do have one threat. And then Gorklan is a fine 4-mana 4/4 at times in these kind of matchups, so. See if they have the turn 1 Thoughtseize. Nope. Just doing that. Okay, actually another Wraith's pretty cool. So we're actually going to do this. And we're just going to pass. They pause there, which tells me they have maybe something as a response. I don't know if they're playing like Spell Pierce with the Shock Watery Grave pass. I don't really know there. But yeah. Alright, just passing again. Fair enough, opponent. I was going to say, if they'd fired off like something like a blue or black spell against us, I was going to like bobble, see if we hit like Veil Summer or something. See what we draw into. Yeah, true. They are not playing a ton of islands here for their charm. Thoughtseize, we'll definitely take Thoughtseize here. And a Traverse, very nice. Okay, so I think we're just going to go Overgrown Tomb into Thoughtseize. See what they do here. Okay, that's actually not that bad for us, because now we get to go like this. Oh, that's a good one too. So I'm actually thinking about fetch shocking another tomb and traversing. What am I traversing for though? Just grab a Luris.
Maybe we cycle this re-raise first to see if we can find another Thoughtseize.
Good call. Good shout. Good shout.
Maybe try to snipe one of the
Right. Yeah, that was a good call. I like that. Right. We're just going to take Luris. And so we're just kind of putting ourselves into a position where we can just grind, which is really nice. Right.
Unless they have 3 Thoughtseize.
But even then, we might be able to recover a little bit. Alright, wow, they're stuck on 2 lands. That's sick. So now I'm actually just going to put Ren and 6 on the stack and put the choice on them. See what they do. If they mana leak this, right. If they mana leak this, though, we're pretty happy. Spell Snare. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. We just play the Death Shadow pass.
Shows it to Luris and then just continue to answer.
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Guessing Fatal Push here. They wouldn't have kept a 2-land hand unless they have a lot of, quite a bit of interaction here. The question becomes now, though, is when do we jam on this Luris? Okay, they hit the 3rd land. Kind of expecting to fairy here. No? Okay.
Looks like
Thoughtseize, be good draw. Ooh. Okay. So now we're just going to go Bloodstained Mire, attack. Okay, the fact that they just like snap let that through and they didn't even think about it tells me that they have something like Archmage's Charm here.
Well, they can't cast it.
No, I know. Yeah, I know they can't cast it, but I'm still just kind of like keeping it on my radar. We're only playing really badly into Damnation, but first of all, I just have not seen Damnation in the format in a long time. And then second of all, if they Damnation, we can just go Luris, get back a threat right away. So I'm kind of not too worried about Damnation. And I actually just like putting lethal on the board for them, just to say, hey, it's on you now to answer what I've got. Okay, yeah. Definitely looking like they're just looking for that charm. Alright, so they have charm now. Okay, they also have Cryptic up.
I think straight to attack. Play that. Straight to attack.
Yep. Because we have Gorklan as well here. Alright, looks like they do have Cryptic, most likely. We can, yeah. Is that worth it, though? Do we need to? I don't think we need to. I'm just really feeling like we don't need to. Like, there's just like, we're just going to continue to make them answer this. I think I like that a little bit more. Obviously, it is pretty nice to, like, you know, Luris Ren. But, like, maybe if... Obviously, if there was Bobble still in our yard, I would just go straight to just Luris Bobble, for sure. If there was Peatland in the yard, hell yeah, we'll go Luris Ren, pick up that Peatland. But as of now, like, this is our safety valve for them answering what we've got on our board. And I don't want to necessarily expose our safety valve just yet. I feel like I just don't think we need to. We're still presenting lethal on the board, and we're making our opponent have to answer this. Alright, 1 sec. Sorry, y'all. I think my internet cut out there for a second. Let's see if we're back. Yep, looks like. Okay. Maybe we can fetch tap once here. Just grab the last fetchable. Oh no, we have 2 more fetchables rather. Okay. We're just gonna go to combat first. But Inquisition is kind of nice. A path. Okay. Alright, I will now put lethal on the stack. Or lethal on the stack. Lethal on the stack. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's fine. So now we just get to have the real sick turn here. Yeah, we get the Inquisition, Luris, Shadow. It's just so good. Okay, yeah. So they need to draw something pretty dang good here, or we have them very dead.
Well, Jace in the past doesn't even do it. So
Excuse me. Yeah, big time. Not to downplay the power of Jace the Mind Sculptor. Obviously, they can hit some pretty good things off this Jace. But again, like, we're just making it work, forcing them to have it. Cool. We got there. Right on. Yeah, and I think, honestly, like, if you look at the construction of our deck, I mean, that was the kind of matchup we were looking for by adding these spicy cards of Ren and 6, Bloodbraid Elf, bolstering the Traverse package with Tarfires, and things like that. So, definitely, I think we were pretty well set up for that one. Obviously, not that well set up against Burn, but, you know, what are you going to do? Sweet. All right, awesome. So now we are... we're coin flipping for the, well, not coin flipping, but we are trying to win one of our next 2 to feed the kids, which always feels good. Good position to be in for sure. And let's see what we're up against. I like this hand decently enough. Is it keepable, though? If we know that push and bolt are good against our opponent, this is a snap keep. So I think I'm going to take that risk here with this hand. Definitely not a 10 out of 10 hand. It's a speculative hand for sure. All right, Delta Pass. Could be a lot of things here. All right, another race. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for yet. Obviously a threat, for sure. But I want to just take things a little more cautiously here. Steam Vents tapped. Interesting. Okay. Weird. I think I'm still just going to take another draw step here. Okay. So let's bobble ourselves to start out.
we have the most uncanny ability of drawing both this
I know, right? I do a good job of that. Alright, we're just going to bobble again. We don't want that. So we're going to grab Blood Crypt. And we're going to cycle again. Thoughtseize is a great draw. Okay. Whoa. All right. Cool. Yeah, right, Teamer Kiki. So I think we're just going to take the Charm, just best card in their hand by a lot. Obviously, we need Revolt to kill this Exarch, but we're a lot less scared of that card when there's no Splinter Twin in the format. So I actually do think life total is a bit relevant here, so I'm going to just play tapped because of like Bolt shenanigans with Snapcaster Mages. I guess you could argue that I'm supposed to shock it in to go to 9, so if we draw a Shadow... And, okay.
What?
Yeah, if I draw a Shadow, but we do have Bolt to bolt ourselves, so that's something. Oh, okay. Well, opponents. I was about to say, opponent. You know what? You know what I'm fine with? Is that. That's what I'm fine with. So, alright, so here's an option here. We can go Shadow, hold up Bolt to bolt ourselves. That gets kind of wrecked if they have a removal, if they have a counterspell. But I think that's the best way to use our mana here, given that we were pretty locked out of maneuvering here, and we're kind of because if I'm Inquisitioning, that's all I'm doing for the turn, and I would rather gamble on my opponent hitting a counterspell for this Shadow. Oh, sorry, for this my Bolt on myself. Okay, well they hit it. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? At the very least here now, they're down to Exarch Unknown. We get to Inquisition away the Exarch. If we hit a Tarmogoyf, best draw. Okay, sometimes you can call it. Cool. Alright, now opponent is down to nothing. Unfortunately, we are down to nothing as well. Because we have not drawn very well. But that's okay. Yeah, obviously, just playing tapped Overgrown Tomb, I got pretty punished for that decision, for sure. Okay. So actually we're going to keep the Bauble around for a little bit here. So I'm wondering if I don't need it as a Revolt trigger to Fatal Push a potential Exarch or something like that. So I'm actually just going to untap with the Bauble for now. Okay, just a Bolt. I think again I'm just going to pass. We have 101 great draws for sure. At least not literally, but we just have it. Bloodbraid would be fantastic. So, since they have done nothing 2 turns in a row, we're just going to do this. They're drawing an Opt, sure. Okay, Thoughtseize is fine. Tarmogoyf? Alright, we've drawn really poorly this game, but obviously there's some decisions I made along the way that didn't help. But, what are you going to do? Okay, sure. Jiki, sure. Alright. So we're just going to bolt that on instep here, or bolt that when they attack. I'm actually going to take this damage so that we don't run into that same problem with Death Shadow. Oh, I guess I had Thoughtseize on my own turn, so... Oh yeah, so that may have been a mistake as well. Tarmogoyf. It's not a Tarmogoyf. It's kind of upsetting that it's not. Alright, so... Oof. Yeah, unfortunately. Because that just means any Snapcaster is lethal. They're probably only playing 2 Kiki Jikis, I would imagine. So hopefully... that other Kiki Jiki... Probably. There they were. Ho, ho, ho. Let's go. Party girl. Give us the goods. Yeah, I think we still do it.
Okay, so yeah, you have the line of attacking with Bloodbraid. They're gonna flash in their Exarch here. Oh, they're both confused.
No, yeah, they do this and they flash an extra. Oh, okay, they got us. Alright, GG's, man, GG's. Alright, fun game, for sure. And a lot of subtle decision-making kind of led us down the wrong path. But to be fair, we bricked really hard in a spot where if we had drawn some action, we would have just been right back into it. I don't know if I want to fatal push actually. What do we like here? So blue, red. Like a singleton veil. Can we just can catch them slacking a little bit? I like Battle Rage because they're usually not hard removing our creatures. I think I'm fine to cut the pushes. Maybe it's a little bit sus against them. I think we're gonna lean more. I think we can lean pretty confidently though into our game plan here. Just like a lot of hand disruption into big threats. I think we'll be able to cross the finish line here pretty well. I think I like Gore Clan though. Can trim on a Ren. Ren's like good for grinding. They're more of like tempo. Just trying to think if I'm gonna regret cutting these fatal pushes if we need it to break up the combo. Nah. I think here's what I'm thinking. I want to just be as proactive as possible, and I just want to really put it to them because, to be fair, their combo is a little slow. Obviously, they have ways of making it not as slow. They have a lot of disruption to kind of drag the game out, but I'm pretty confident on the play here. Ooh, this is one of them hands. Like, if we don't hit, this hand's just like a dud, but if we hit, this hand's pretty sick. This also plays around Moon. I'm so tempted with a hand like this. Because like Traverse and Threats are both really great outs here. Gosh, I feel like I'm going to keep it and regret it. We're going to lose because we just like don't do anything proactive here. So, yeah, that's probably not a keep. It's close. It's just like the upside of hitting what we need to hit here is really strong. Foothills, so no. And I think I'm just going to fetch shock here once, but then we definitely can grab Swamp or Forest off of this if we need to. Thoughtseize. Not sure if my opponent's like, or is it me? Just check my internet real quick. All right. Their Hot Pocket went off in the microwave, and they were like, oh. Alright, drawing the basic four is actually not that bad. Funny enough. Alright, wow, we just brick. Alright, so that, yeah, I got punished for keeping this pretty speculative hand. Alright, maybe double Bloodbraid, but that seems slow with no disruption whatsoever on our part. So, definitely unfortunate here. But, you know, what are you going to do? Alright, we're going to draw a goof. That's what we're going to do. So Spell Snare would be just absolutely savage. But, you know what? Spell snare me, opponents. You got it. Ooh, Peak. Whew, thank goodness it's not a spell snare. Alright, landing Goof turn 2 is so huge. This Tar Fire gonna make him thicky, thicky, thick. So I'm super excited about this now. Obviously, there's a lot of paths where we don't win this game, but just we won the moral victory of resolving a turn 2 Tarmogoyf against a red removal based deck. Inquisition is sick. So actually, yes, so why don't we just do that? Yeah, let's do that right away. Good call on that. I like it. And then hopefully we get to grow the Tarmogoyf before combat. Would be nice, for sure. Okay. Sure. Let's see. So we can do 6, we can do 8 damage to our opponent, putting them to 11. This is a 6/7. I actually think it's correct here.
It reduces it a what?
It gives us outs to kill them next turn as well. If they don't have anything, we Bloodbraid into a bolt, it kills them. And we blanked off Blood Moon as a effective next threat. Obviously, they could just go Kiki Jiki, but or not Kiki Jiki, Seaver Exarch. Oh, he should have been one card down, one more card down. Lightning Bolt. That's fine. That shot. Oh, let's go. That's pretty sweet. All right, so now we're doing what we need to do here is putting a lot of pressure on them. Yeah, we're just going to jam in there. Let's go. So they could have Bolt, Bolt, untap Bolt. That'd be sick. Or not. Cool. Alright, we're just putting the screws on them. Just we got Bloodbraid Elf and Bolt in hands. Pretty cool. Entrancing Melody. That's so funny.
I'm gonna do it though, especially if you do it.
Yeah, Lansky, let's do it. One time.
Dude, is this super early stream or super late?
Depends on your frame of mind. So Entrancing Melody is pretty funny. It unfortunately puts us dead to a lot of things they could have here. Yeah, that may have just killed us. I think we had a Bloodbraid Elf for the highest upside, because if they just have... Alright, Bolt, one time. Let's go! Does that do it? Does that do it? Alright, they could fetch basic... They could fetch basic Mountain and Bolt the Bloodbraid, but we're not beating that. Because the likelihood of them being able to just like untap and then just cryptic, yeah, okay, cool, we got there. Wow, that was lucky. Because my feeling was they just had cryptic, and so if we left back a blocker, they just cryptic tap and just kill us. So, wow, Entrancing Melody is so rude. So we just definitely want that other Veil of Summer now. On the draw, does anything get worse on the draw? Entrancing Melody is a sorcery?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Bloodbraid, Gore Clan. Position. Kind of like where we're at. Actually, maybe Ren, we just don't want it at all. Like this... Maybe Luris is a no-go? Because this is like very tempo-oriented. Like, huge. Yeah. I kind of like Kolaghan's Command over Luris, actually. Like, I just don't think we have the time just to mess around with Luris in this one. Like, if we're hitting that point, then that might be alright for us. Or do we want Kolaghan's Command? We want Brutality more. Snipe a Trancing Melody out of their hands. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think, like I said, apart from that combo they're playing, I think you're going to see a lot of Archmage's Charms and Trancing Melodies.
Right. Sorry, you said not awful or awful? I think it's a mulligan. I think it's a mulligan though, because on the draw, I think we just get. I think we can just get run over. Okay, this hand's a lot better. I think we just bin the trophy. This hand's not bad. If we can Wraith into a Thoughtseize turn 1, that would be insane. Okay.
Burning Catacomb does potentially
Right.
catch a base.
If we don't draw it right here. Okay, I'll take a goof. I'll take Lagoof. Also, like, outside chance our opponent has sided out the Blood Moons.
Well, their first 2 lands doesn't lead you to the
Right,
Blood
Moon in our future. And in fact, if we
Moons.
just...
Go here to-
I think I'd rather land the threat. But yeah, yeah, co-brewing is nice. Alright, Spell Snare, you got it, bro. So if they slam Moon, then at least we get to goof. They're... Oh my goodness, alright. So now I think we might want a Brutality, make a decision. That's interesting as well.
Something about oysters.
Okay.
Crackling.
So we can't play out the Shadow this turn. That's alright, though. But that's okay. Tarmogoyf's going to be huge in this here. Okay. Hmm.
Now they have snap spells. So.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, good
But
call.
Now you can, but now you can go to 8.
Right.
They like bolt, snap, bolt your shadow. I think you're fine with that.
I think we just play out the Shadow here. Like, obviously things get weird with this fetching, but I think it's okay.
I think if you can get them off of snap spells.
Agreed. Agreed. Go. If they tap Verdant Catacombs, it'd be kind of funny. I mean, obviously I just fetch Shock in response, but it just would be a funny play. Okay, yeah, that's fine. He wasn't blocking anyway. Okay.
Land. Oh, they're going to tap down for crackle.
Crackles, yeah, yeah, yeah. Feels bad, but I wonder if we're supposed to just trophy that? Let's see if they attack us. They don't, okay.
I like trophying it. I think you boarded out all of your pushes. So,
Right.
don't worry about that.
True.
And now that they're like they've tapped down all of them, actually get to untap and
Mm-hmm.
like.
We're actually supposed to Battle Rage. Oh, wow. Sorry, what were you saying, Corey?
I did not do the 500.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It might have mattered if you drew a fetch land there. Like if he doesn't block, you get to kill him.
Right.
But now Pron's
So,
yeah, next turn if they don't leave up the snap, they spell slammer. But even then they're just in trouble.
yeah, they need, like, they need some things for sure. Cryptic, stuff like that. Okay, there's passing. Oh, also if they had just topped a Kiki Jiki, they would have gotten there. They go for the Kiki Jiki, we just rending volley this. Whew. Never seen that coming.
Well, opponent ripping 3 straight lands and then freeze.
That's alright. Yeah, it happens. It's That's why they play their deck. You know, that's why you put the combo in there, because you need an oops I win button in Modern for sure.
Give us Twin back then.
No. Alright, I actually think I'm just going into combat on this one. Because if their plan is to, like, try to line up a block with a Snapcaster, we can just probably kill him here.
If you can just bait them into targeting something else in the snap back.
Right. Exarch, sure. Okay, this might still be, we might still be good here.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna block the shadow and take 6.
See how they block. I'm going for it.
It blocks.
I'm going for it. Is there something to play around here? I don't think so, right? One over the other. If they have remand, they're still dead.
Oh, opponent. Why didn't you drop there?
Cool. Don't mind the play. Yeah, I know. I agree. I agree 100%. I think our opponent killed themselves by not blocking. I think having, especially 2 Exarchs, it's like, what? Who cares, right? Like, you have dub Exarch, like, you still can have the 1 to combo off. Like, you just 100%. I think it's just such a free block to block with one of them.
But anyway,
That was sick.
babies.
Feeding the children, that feels so good. But yeah, wow. Especially feels good to do it with my my little jank, my little janky jank. This is for me like when paper comes back. I'm playing this. I want to play this deck right here. This is just like one of my favorite decks. Just Jun Shadow, playing the OG Jun Shadow with the Street Raid Traverse package. It's just so much fun. There's so much play to this deck, and you just get to have a good time. And you get to be flexible too. I love the flexibility of a deck like this. Like, yes, first and foremost, you're just an aggro deck, so you're just looking to land threats and kill your opponent as fast as you can. But on the other hand, you get to do some funny stuff with this aggro deck. You know, it's an aggro deck that never gets boring, is like how I like to put it. So, but yeah, definitely feels good to get to that 3rd win there. All right. All right. Actually, funny enough, now that we've cashed, I actually want to play Burn again because I want to see if we can steal a match off of Burn, because that would feel amazing. Oh no, we're against Mono Blue Tron. I don't know what I'm ready for right now. This is a mulligan though. Okay, Mono Blue Tron. This is a mulligan as well. This hand's fine. Hand's fine. Trellin is also our... So if anyone doesn't know, Trellin, really well-known Mono Blue Tron player. I've watched his stream a couple times, and I really enjoy it. I think he's a really cool player. Like, obviously, he's playing a very weird off-meta deck, but I really respect watching players who play that kind of thing. So, we are on the draw. Tormagoyf can potentially get countered because he experiments a lot, too. He messes with his lists. It's unfortunate it's not a fetch land here. It feels really bad, but I wonder if we're supposed to put Shadow down because 2, 4, 6. We're only at 14 on turn 2. Yeah. It's really weird, and that feels really bad for sure, but... Okay, another Goof's pretty good. We're just going to cycle the Wraith first. Whew, man. Can we call the whitelist? Ooh, Sundering Titan, scary if they have Natty Tron. I think we're supposed to take Thirst, actually. Like, obviously, if they just oops into Natty Tron, I think we lose. So maybe if they oops into it, we lose. But they have Dub Threat. I think it's supposed to be Thirst here, actually. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but...
I think you give yourself the outs of having a few turns to draw into more hand assumption.
True. Right. Alright. Yeah, there's no land in yards yet, so we want to do this. Alright, so if they don't oops it off the top, we got them dead in 2 turns. Okay. I think we can just safely concede to the oops into the Tron. So, notably, just I want y'all to recognize that. Yeah, we're not fighting through this. Okay. Notably, I want y'all to recognize that one of the things that made their hand good was just that it did a Tron thing. You know, I think the blue stuff was maybe a bit of a liability there, but all good, all good. We got some good tools for this one, and some easy things we can board out here. Tire Fire's going to do next to nothing here, besides just grow our goof, which I don't think is great. Still want the Teamer Battle Rages. Potentially Ren doesn't do quite enough here. Let's see. All right, we got to lean into what we do well in this matchup. What we do well is put a lot of pressure on their hand and then land threats they can't deal with. So I don't think Ren plays into that plan too well. Yeah, and I was about to say the same thing. I think Luris, again, is not contributing to that game plan. I think everything else here does, though.
I think if they don't loosen the Tron in 2 turns, that game is just super over.
Oh, yeah, it was super over. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it really was. But yeah, I mean, nothing you can do about that. You know, obviously unfortunate for our opponent just to rip it blind there. Because that was, we knew they were drawing into the Sundering Titan. So they were just going to go, from that point, they were just going to go Worm Coil into Sundering Titan, and we're just never beating that. So. I just want to, just for my own testing, I just want to, if we draw it, and if we draw it and we say we wish that was an Inquisition, then lesson learned, but I think I want to do a little testing here with that. Yep. They also play Entrancing Melodies, I'm pretty sure, so. It's just like, think of a blue card, and then high mana cost, they're gonna play it. Alright, this hand's sick. Whew, this hand's a 10 out of 10 heater. It's exactly what we want on the play here. Wow. Can't ask for better than this, so we're just gonna start off by bobbling ourselves. Yeah, actually, let's draw into that. And we just bobble ourselves again. Yep, we hit a goofy, so I just want more threats here. We've got everything else set up here. So they got Dub Chalice. So we're not.
You're getting the shadow down.
Right. Right. Scrolls the Goyf as well. Yep.
And their hand is just awful. They have no Tron lands in hand.
Right. Double Goofster, I think, is going to take us to victory here. What are they drawing into? And Urza's Mine. Let's Thoughtseize again. Take the Thirst, probably. I think I'm taking Thirst here.
Yeah, I kinda like taking Thirst.
Yeah. Alright, and then they can take the turn off to Chal. Oh, wow, yeah, that's nice. So we just get to keep slamming threats on them. Oh my goodness. Goof's better than blowing up the Chalice. Funny enough, we don't care about it. And now we just got him. Yeah, we had it. I mean, we just like really had it. I can't think of a draw that gets them out of this. Yeah, sure. Okay, if we draw fetch land, I think we kill them. That's only 9-14, so that puts them to 1. So I'm just going to play another Goofster. That was close though. We almost had lethal there a couple ways. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it definitely could have been for sure. But I think we got him. Oh my god, what a quick game. Alright, we did exactly what we wanted to do there. Alright, so on the draw, Chal's a lot scarier on the draw though, for sure. So that's something to consider. Yes, very good call. I like that as a great call because, yeah, we need to defend ourselves on the draw there against that. And then, yeah, but we're happy with this. Damping Sphere is not exciting against them. In fact, it's like almost actively bad, but I don't know if I want anything else over it.
I think it protects you just from the nut draws.
Right. Yeah, it protects us against the nut draws for sure.
It's just a matchup where whatever answers you have, you can line up with whatever
Right.
answers that they have.
Alright, we're just snap keeping this. For sure. Thoughtseize into Shadow. Feels good. Let's pray for no double chalice again. Double chalice will get us for sure. Alright, so Blast Zone's pretty good. Power Plant, Mine Tower, Natural Tron. That feels bad. So we think we take Karn Liberated. They don't have any blue sources as of right now. Definitely unfortunate to run into the Natty Tron, but hopefully we can hit something nice here. Trophy. No trophy. Okay. Well, we got to do what we got to do. Just play out a Death Shadow and pray. There's a small chance they don't even play the tower because they have nothing to play off of it, but we'll see.
If they do and don't have anything to play, you can bolt yourself.
Right. I think that's what we're doing here. Because that gives us outs to some things for sure. Oh my goodness. Let's just put it on the stack.
And they're gonna blast on you, and then we just hit the party girl.
Yeah. Party Girl is a little sketchy though because of Damping Sphere, but so we'll see if we draw anything else.
Well, I guess you can K-command back your shadow.
That would be nice. Unfortunately, can't K-command back the Shadow and play on the same turn, but still could be pretty good. So they have to Blast Zone and crack it, or else they're going to die. Okay. So... Oh, boy. I think... Just go to combat first. Just on the remote chance they take it. Like, if they just a small chance. I don't think they do, but...
Like they're scared of second shadow here, maybe.
Right.
Well, they've seen bolt, so I guess I think they're very aggressive.
Yeah, they have to crack here, but there's just a chance they don't, so... Okay, so now... I think I'm just going to go tapped here and pass. And then if they play something that we care about, we can K-command, grab back the Shadow. Cloud. So now I think I want to tap them off of their mana. I was going to make them discard. I don't think it matters. They're countering it for sure. And then if we brick... Well, actually, I don't even know what bricking looks like for us here. But if they top, I might trophy a land.
I think there is a break that you can have. It's
Bottom.
Blood
Okay.
Raid and cast, whatever.
Bolt's like a semi-brick. I think we're supposed to Bloodbraid Elf and just get a clock on, though. And actually... Yeah, that would take in Thirst, which is good, but it's not like that would have been game-breaking. Because now, if we draw second Bolt, then we just have them. Otherwise, we have a two-turn clock here.
Second bolt does it, traverse does it.
Oh yeah, Traverse, right? Good point.
Any Battle Rage or...
We're just going for it, 100%. And they feel pretty F6 right now.
I think you saved the bolt right there.
Yeah, I'm going to get them on their upkeep, I think. So another condescend, sure. Happy, that's fine getting condescended for sure. I do like our opponent's choice to condescend the Battle Rage here because they know that if this signals we have a bolt, and so if we were to bolt them on their upkeep, then that would be tapping them down. So I think that's pretty heads up there to condescend like that.
And now they find an answer for your damage.
Sure. That's something we can do for sure. Yeah, I think we're supposed to hold the line here, not cast anything else this turn. Or on their turn, until they show us a reason to. So they top bottom. I think we're still just going to let them draw whatever they topped. Because chances are, maybe it's something like a, I don't know, ensnaring bridge or something. I still like, yeah. Maybe it's just another counterspell or something. I'm not sure. Oh boy. They need something special here, for sure.
They can't counter both bolts.
That they can't. Oh, Shark Typhoon, sure. Repeal.
Oh, now we just get to kill them in response.
Good shot, good shot, good shot. Forgot about that element here. Let's go! Woo! Wow, that was a sick 4-1. Alright, y'all. That was sick. Yeah, that felt really good, y'all. I'm just telling you guys, this is just like my favorite Magic to play. This deck right here. I just love it to death. The Street Raid Traverse package is just so much fun. Yeah, I don't think it's the best, but, you know, we had a good time, so... yeah, good stuff. Cool to get the 4-1, and our only loss being to Burn is like, that's fine. Like, I don't win that matchup very often with this deck, so that's super cool. But yeah, a lot of fun. If you're still watching, thank you so much for all of the viewership, and I really appreciate all the people who have been leaving tons of comments and stuff. It's really cool. I'm about to get caught up on everyone's comments in just a second here, but I really do thank you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.